What's that moving in the shadows? Claranormal Talk Radio with your host, Steve Hembry, right here on RadioKahuna.com. Hey folks, how you doing? This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. I don't have a live show on today except for 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Views Express Live. There's a lot of stuff going on in our world today, and how can we sit back and overlook what's going on? How can we? I don't know how, but I don't know. I'll tell you right after this. What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman.
Sarasota's home for R&B and soul. The Razor Blade Express with Dave the Rave.
Hey folks, how you doing? This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. I was going to be live today, but I thought, let's do a podcast. Let's make it light, easy. Let's not get too radical today. Oh my God, there's that word, radical. I was going to have a guest on The Views Expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, but I haven't heard back from him yet, so hopefully before 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern, I shall know whether or not my guest is coming on. We have a lot going on, and if you go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page, or you go to my personal Facebook page, you'll find a lot of interesting tidbits of information. I'll share this story on the Wayne S. Pierce Show page as well, but I'll also put it on Free America Radio on Facebook. And it's an interesting story because I myself personally want people to understand that we have a license to carry our weapons, to keep and bear arms, and that's the Second Amendment, period. We don't need the city giving us a permit to do something that we already have a right to do, period. End of sentence. Now, of course, certain people are going to get all pissed off and yell and scream and jump up and down and probably sue a bunch of people, but those people can go stick their head in the sand. The Second Amendment, rule of law, Constitution, Bill of Rights, that covers every place in America. If you don't like it, I'll help you pack your bags. There's an article from our local news KOLO 8 News Now, KOLOTV.com. From Boise, Idaho, people are crowded into the Idaho State House's Lincoln Auditorium, waiting to testify before the House State Affairs Committee about a bill that would allow students, staff, and others to carry guns on college campuses. Presidents of all 8 public universities and multiple police chiefs opposed the bill, and more than 200 people protested against it on the Capitol steps on Thursday. Republican Senator Kurt McKenzie of Nampa, who is the bill's sponsor, said Friday morning that he was surprised by the extent of the opposition. He said he addressed all the concerns from universities and colleges that sank a previous version of the bill in 2011. McKenzie's bill passed the Senate 25-10 earlier this month. The committee is poised to vote whether to send it forward to the House floor for debate. Now, let me pinpoint something out for you folks. Not everybody's going to be happy. I don't care what you do. No, you cannot make everybody happy. That's the bottom line. You just cannot make anybody happy, or everybody for that matter. So here's the thing. Here's my call to arms. Loosely put, by the way. Here's my call to arms. Here's my perspective. Here's my stance on this whole issue. The rule of law, what is it? What is it based on? The rule of law is based on the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America prior to 1871. Our founding fathers knew for a fact that they couldn't please everybody, or any one person in particular, so they put a blanket statement out there with some provisions, and they amended those provisions. Has anybody read the Second Amendment? It refers to 2 very specific things. One, the militia, which the militia is totally separate from the National Guard. Okay, go look it up. Totally separate. I don't care what you say. I've done my homework. You do yours. It's totally separate. The militia is totally separate from the National Guard. Okay? That's A in the Second Amendment. B in the Second Amendment is the right for the people, you and I, to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Period. Now, I don't know how many people cannot understand that basic common sense, concept. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how anyone cannot understand that particular concept. I'm at a point now where I'm wondering if people actually sat through their history class and really understood what was going on in this country. But here's the thing. My stance, my particular perspective of having the teachers and the faculty and the students carry guns on college campuses, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm 100% behind it. Why? It's real simple, actually. Can you say Virginia Tech? Can you say Fort Hood? I believe that every citizen, I shouldn't even say citizen, every military personnel that is on a military base in the United States of America should be open carry. Everyone should open carry on a military base. Why? Again, Fort Hood. Why should we allow a bunch of bullies in Washington, D.C. to dictate to us what we should or should not be able to do? And then if we should do it, why are we accepting their view that we need a quote-unquote license to be able to do something that we already have a right to do. Well, enough's enough. The rule of law is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America prior to 1871. Period. End of sentence. Done. All you lawyers out there, throw away your law license because it's pointless. The rule of law is the Constitution. Period. End of sentence. Done. And if there are those out there that disagree with me, that's fine. Okay? Show me why you disagree with me. Prove to yourself that you're right. Prove to yourself that the Constitution is not the rule of law. Prove to yourself that each state's constitution is not mirroring the federal Constitution. Again, going back to what I said earlier, you can't please everybody. And I understand that. You can't please everyone. If there's 10 people in a room and you're trying to, do something that these 10 people need to be involved with, you're always going to have at least 2 people that are going to disagree with how these things are done. Go look it up. The statistics are out there. Or you're going to have 60% of the people agree to what's going on and what's proposed, and 40% of the people sitting back going, I don't think so. So we've had enough of the bull crap coming out of Washington, D.C. We've had it. The American people are done with the stupidity coming out of Washington, D.C. We got Mr. Gaff himself, Vice President Joe Biden. I mean, do we need another clown in the White House? I don't think so. We had one named Al Gore, and he's a liar. Yeah, I said it. Come get me. Hey, break down my door. We had a womanizer and another liar in the form of Bill Clinton. I mean, can I go down the line? I think you all know, but, it's, yeah. I mean, how can we, as individuals, sit back and ignore all this? How can we? Seriously, literally, how can we ignore all this? I don't know if we can anymore. Matter of fact, I know that there are a majority of people that I've seen so far that can't. They can't. There's for some odd reason, they can't ignore this. I'm being sarcastic and facetious there. There is a reason why people are fed up. And they understand that things are happening the way they're happening because, dun-dun-dun, Washington, D.C. does not have your best interest at heart. They're catering more to the corporations that actually run Washington, D.C., period, end of sentence. They don't really care. They don't really care. But for the vast majority of people in the United States of America, in each state, we care. We care about how our states are run. We care about the people that are here. We care about the truth, the facts, and holding our representatives accountable and responsible for what they do. But see, there's other groups of people going, no, we don't need to do that. Excuse me? What? There's other people out there that want to open the borders and let the illegal aliens in and just give them everything they want, and they've already doing that with giving them driver's licenses. They're already doing things that they're not supposed to do anyway, so, what are you going to do? You can scream and yell in your politician's face, and they're going to say, yeah, I hear you, and they're going to go back to their office and do whatever they want anyway. So what's the point? The point is that you have a say in how your state, your county, your city, your neighborhood You have a say in how that works. You have a say in determining your future of your neighborhood, your county, your city, your state, your country. You have that say. And so do the people in the Ukraine, the citizens in the Ukraine, who I stand behind because they're tired of their corrupt organizations they call a government. They're tired of the bureaucratic BS that is coming out of their halls of politics. They're done. But guess what? The people that are changing the I don't want to. The ones that are coming in, taking over, are backed by U.S. and corporate interests. Okay? And now we have the Russian military in the streets of the Ukraine telling the U.S., hold up, time out. Don't do anything. We got this. But who knows? Who knows? If, in fact, as I and another host, Nick Tucker from Distorted Reality, has said, if, in fact, Vladimir Putin is a wild card in all of this, President Barack Obama is going to get bitch slapped. He's going to have his butt handed to him, if not prior, probably right at the midterm elections, if not sooner. And I don't want to make any predictions, but I will say this, that the people that are running for the midterm elections, that are running in this midterm season, if the vast majority of the Democrats and the progressives and all those idiots in Washington, D.C. get voted out, who's going to come in and replace them? Right? Because right now, even though we have midterm elections, people are gearing up for the presidential campaigns in 2016. So who is going to be the front runner that is going to take the reins and say, things are going to change, and I don't give a crap about the corporations? Who's literally going to go into Washington, D.C. and tell the lobbyists and the special interest groups and the corporates and the EU and the Bilderbergs and the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations and Henry Kissinger and George Soros to get the hell out? Who's going to do that? Who is going to do that? Okay? No one. And I'll tell you why. They're all puppets. They're all corporate puppets, shills. They don't care. They don't give a crap. Okay? They don't care. There's one person that's running for president in 2016, and he's gearing up his campaign this year, because it's 2 years away, obviously, right? And I've heard a few things from this person, and I've heard what their platform was, and I've listened to some of the interviews that this person has been in, and I can tell you this: I won't vote for him. I won't. Because when you ask people who literally want to go change the atmosphere and change the environment in Washington, D.C., if they're going to get rid of the lobbyists, fire all of them, fire all the special interest groups, fire all those idiots that are tearing down this country, go tell the EU and the Bilderberg group, get the hell out of America. I don't know too many people running for president that's gonna do that, because they don't have the balls. None of them have the balls. No one, and they're gonna deny that any of those exist. So it's not conducive to their political campaign and their platform to talk about anything that they cannot verify. Okay. Seriously? Okay, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I have an idea. I really do. But, it's not going to work because there's not going to be there's not a politician in this game that has enough, let's just say, testicular fortitude to stand up to these folks. There isn't. There's not one person that does that. So, I don't know, folks. Hey, I got 2 minutes coming up, a little 2-minute break. You know what? Go do what you got to do, because I am. See you back here in a couple of minutes.
War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. That is from 1984 by George Orwell. Do you really want to know what's going on? Come listen to The Views Express, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, only on the Liberty and Freedom Network.
Samo Radio, playing music for free so you can listen longer. Samo.
It's the 5 o'clock drive with Samo.
Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What's on your mind? Chances are it's on their mind too. Check out Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show. Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Only on Spreaker.com.
Coming to you live from behind enemy lines in FEMA Region 9 in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. I am your host, Reverend Wayne S. Pierce, for the 28th of February, 2014. I am so glad you're listening to this podcast. You can go to thewaynespearceshow.weebly.com for more information and to support the show. Lots of things going on, lots of things that we've been seeing in the news. Ton of things, just a ton of stuff. And I'll tell you more about it right after this. Imagine a towering skyscraper with numerous floors, and each floor represents a different level of existence. Matter, spirits, angels, ghosts, extraterrestrials, quantum physics, biology, neuroscience, religion, metaphysics, even paranormal studies, all have their place in The Grid. The Grid, exploring the hidden infrastructure of reality, by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman. Available at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. Defending liberty and freedom. Fighting the New World Order. This is the Free America Radio Network. Hey folks, welcome back. How are ya? This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. Go to the waynespearceshow.weebly.com site. Check everything out there. It is the 28th of February, 2014. How are ya? Are you doing good? Because, hey, it's Friday. It's there. It's somebody's weekend. I know some people work on the weekend, so I hope that you're listening to this on the Spreaker apps that you can get. Go to Spreaker.com. Go down to the bottom on the right-hand side. There's all your apps for your iPhones, iPads, and tablets, and every other communication device they have. You can also check out the Wayne S. Pierce Show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, except for today, live, 12 noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. I want to give a big shout-out to the one and only Spencer Hughes. For more information, go to spencerhughes.net. You can also listen to the podcast of his show today over at ksfo.com. Download the show, check out what he has to talk about. For more information about Spencer Hughes and his photography, you can also go to spencerhughes.net or spencerhughesphotography.com. Thank you very much. Welcome back. You are the determining factor of the future of the United States of America. You are the determining factor of your own life. You are the determining factor of who gets into Washington, D.C. and leads this country. It's too bad that you were too blind to see exactly what's going on. I want to give a big shout out to, I like giving shout outs, I almost forgot, so let me interrupt myself here and say this. I'm going to give a big shout out to the one and only Nick Tucker over at Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook, and also distortedreality.podbean.com. Also, Laura Clemens. You can find Laura Clemens Smith on Facebook if you'd like. You can also check out our show that we will have on at some point called The Unnamed Show. Her and I host that show, usually on Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific, but things are changing all over the place. You can also come check out the Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show. Just remember, Grab Bag Show. It's easy to remember. Go to grabbagshow.weebly.com for more information. That's hopefully we'll have a show tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. If not, you'll know. But we usually talk about everything under the sun. We usually go about an hour, hour and a half, depending, you know. It is late on the West Coast. It's even later on the East Coast. But I want to give also a shout out to the one and only, and I'm glad there's only one of him, Mr. Christopher John Taylor over at HTLA973.com. Go check out that site. Go check out his shows. HTLA973.com. Also, one more. Go check out the Chris Top program right here on Spreaker.com. Funny show, very informative, and very enlightening. Yes. So check it out. Chris Top program right here on Spreaker.com. Yes. Yes. You are the determining factor of the future of the United States of America, as I've said. Because you know where you want to go. You know what you want to do. Now, why are you allowing people from Washington, D.C. to dictate to you what you should do? Hello? Doesn't make sense to me. Look at Connecticut. Look at Connecticut. Right now, the courts have said you have to register your guns. The militarized law enforcement funded by your tax dollars through the Department of Homeland Security have already said those that have not registered their guns, they're going house to house to confiscate those guns. Let the Civil War begin. I'm telling you right now, Connecticut is wrong. Connecticut politicians are wrong. Okay? They're wrong. Go to GuerrillaMediaNetwork.com and look up what they have to say about what's happening in Connecticut. Matter of fact, let me go there myself and read you the article as soon as I find it. Whoops. Sorry. automatically turns on his show. So, yeah. There is so much going on. I can't seem to find the article right now, but it's there. 21st Century Wire has it. 21stcenturywire.com. That's the number 21ST, 21stcenturywire.com. So let me go over there and check that out as well, because they're very, very resourceful and very good at what they do. Now, the facts are facts, folks. You cannot get around them. Facts are facts. I'm not one to literally... I'm not one to pull back anything. I'll hit you with both fists. It don't matter to me. Okay? Because there are things that need to be said. There are truths out there that need to be revealed. And I'm here on this show and on the views expressed to pull back the curtain to show you who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. Okay? That's what I'm doing. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like the fact that I can just get right up in their face and say, look, this is what's happening. They don't like that because they'll stand around either with their hands over their eyes or their fingers in their ears and, la, 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 I don't want to hear it. Well, of course you don't want to hear it because you don't want to be, torn out of your cookie cutter world where you've deluded yourself with preconceived ideas. By the way, I can't seem to find that article on 21stcenturywire.com but you can go to Connecticut's gun confiscation. Go to startpage.com and look that up. But what do we do? We are the determining factor for the future of the United States of America, and you're allowing the jackasses in Washington, D.C. to determine that for you? Excuse me, that doesn't make sense to me. And I hope the hell you have at least half a brain cell to realize that doesn't make any sense to you either. Unless you're one of those people that want to sit around and let the government take care of you on welfare and whatever else. No, wait a minute before you start throwing your shoes at your computer screen. There are certain things that need to be. First of all, if you are on Social Security disability and you absolutely positively have to have it and you cannot work at all ever, fine. It doesn't pay much, but you know what I mean? If you are in a position to where you're not working or you're partly working and you take the state subsidy for health care or whatever, and it's needed, operative word there, needed, then you need it. But if all you want to do is fish all day, or surf all day, like the guy down in Southern California who's on food stamps and buying lobster dinners on food stamps and all of that, or, food card, whatever it is, the EBT card, or whatever it is in your state. Yeah, if you want to be like that, no, that person needs to have all of that pulled from him. He needs to get his ass up off the surfboard and go get a freaking job. Okay? There's a need in this country for a stronger reform for government subsidies into the states to help those people that actually need it. Okay? Seriously. Now, there's the other part of that says, well, people are just sitting on their ass or going fishing or surfing or going and getting season tickets for, the A's game in Oakland or something like that, whatever it may be. Those people are just sitting on their ass on unemployment for 99 weeks or however long it is now, just living off of the system. And in most states, that pays better than working a 40-hour-a-week job. There's no incentive for people to work except when they start running out of unemployment and the emergency unemployment funds. And then it's like, oh my God, I got to go to work for 7-Eleven or something. There's a lot that has to change. And I'm with, I interviewed Nick Tucker on the Views Expressed live yesterday, and him and I are on the same page. It has to collapse. We want it to collapse. We want Washington, D.C. to collapse everything. We want it all to go away. No money for anything. Boom. Everybody's on their own. And we also agree that the rule of law is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America prior to 1871, period. Okay? We want it all to collapse because, as I said, you are the determining factor for the future of the United States of America. And for all you in other countries, in Italy and in Europe and in Spain and all of those areas over there, specifically in Egypt and Tunisia and Ukraine and all that, you are the determining factor for the future of your own home, of your own country. And you have to stand up and do what you have to do to make that happen. You just can't sit around listening to shows like this, even though I hope I encourage you to go do something positive and peaceful. But you have to know in your heart that you are the determining factor for the future of your nation. And you, as Iceland, if Iceland is listening, you did it the right way. Virtual high five to you folks out there in Iceland. I don't know what else, folks. We do what we do. We have what we have, but we've determined in ourselves what we want to do as far as a job, how we want to create a business, how we want to go to work, what we want to do as far as a career. Even if you don't want to start a business, what kind of career do you want? You know what I mean? The other thing I wanted to talk about today was not only your determination for the future of the nation and what career and why you are allowing the government to tell you what you have to do, but also your way of understanding, your way of learning. If you want to go to college and you spend $30,000 a semester, you're a freaking idiot. Nick Tucker said it yesterday on the Views Express Live when I interviewed him. It was, he comes on and gives his take on things as well. And basically, we agree. You go to school, you get the loans, you get all that. You spend 2 to 4 years in a college. You get out to go into a career that you went to school for, and the job is not there. The career is not there, and you're stuck. Then you got to go back to school, retrain for something that is popular. 2 years later, you're back out on the streets looking for a job that is not there. And you're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Here's my solution. Anybody that has from 2013 all the way back to 1980, for that long, was that 34 years? Anybody that has a school loan from 2013 all the way back to 1980, all of those school loans should be nullified. Nullified. Don't give me this crap that we signed a promissory note. We didn't get the job that we went to school for. I didn't. I went to college. Hello? Did I look? Oh, you didn't look hard enough. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I did. I had to take menial jobs. I had to go back to what I grew up doing. I had to go and do those things that I had to do it. I had to pay the bills. Okay? But I didn't get the job I went to school for. Hello? I'm not in that career. So all of those school loans from 2013 clear back to 1980 should be nullified immediately today, this week, this next month. They all should be nullified. There should be a proposal. I don't care where you're at in the United States of America. You need to go to your state capital. You need to talk to the person in charge of that, whether it be the lieutenant governor or Department of Education, whatever. Somebody's overseeing all of that in your state, right? You need to go to that person and say, I've been out of school for over 25 years. I went to college. I didn't get the job that I went to college for. I want my school loan nullified. And if it doesn't get nullified within the next 90 days, we're going around in court. And I'm going to prove, and I've done this, by the way, on paper. I didn't go to court, didn't go talk to people yet. But I found out through different resources, not only through alternative media, but also from the documents themselves from the Department of Education and all of the connections that they have to the corporations and the banks. I found out that school loans are much like mortgage loans. It's a Ponzi scheme and a total fraud. It is purposely putting any student or homeowner into perpetual debt. It is destructive. So all school loans need to be nullified immediately. All school loans from 2013, even now, 2014, because the school year is coming up in September. Every single defaulted and current school loan from now clear back to 1980 should be nullified and totally eradicated and gotten rid of. Just get rid of them. Well, how are people going to pay for school? How are the teachers going to get paid? How are these... Blah, 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 blah. The student shouldn't have to worry about $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 that he has to pay back, he or she has to pay back when they graduate a college or a university to go into a career that they want. They should not have to worry about it. Do you know why? Because when they're born, they already owe over $50,000 right when they're born because of the national debt that we currently have at the $17 trillion mark. So I don't want to hear it anymore. Nullify all school loans. Totally nullify and forgive all school loans everywhere in the United States of America from 2014 all the way back to 1980. Well, the government's not going to do that. Then guess what? File lawsuits against the Department of Education. Yes, I'm calling for that. File lawsuits against the Department of Education, but do your homework first. Show just how much of a Ponzi scheme and a fraud that it is, and then go to court. Take them all to court. All of them. The Department of Education, the banks they deal with, all of them. All of them. I found out that the school I went to years ago here in Reno, Nevada, was a quote-unquote satellite school from Paducah, Kentucky. What the hell for? There's whistleblowers out there. There's former students out there from for-profit colleges that said, you know what, you can get free education everywhere. You don't have to go to these places. And you know which ones they are. Kaplan, University of Phoenix, all this. Those are for-profit schools. If you want to go to school, go to school. Most of your universities and community colleges will allow you to go to school and just, it's called audit a class. Just you're not going to get a grade, but you're going to learn. It's your own personal development. Hell, you can do that free. You got a worldwide library sitting right there in front of you. But if you're so narcissistic and selfish that you want to have degrees on your wall so you can point out how prestigious you are, look, I went to Harvard, I went to Yale, I went to Columbia. No. I got degrees on my wall too, from humanities, from, I've got a bunch of degrees on my wall. Does it make me any smarter than anybody else? No. It just makes me, makes other people understand that I know what I'm talking about. So nullify all school loans as of 2014 all the way back to 1980. Nullify all of them. Get rid of all of them. Well, how's a high schooler supposed to go to college? There's these things called grants that you don't have to pay back. And it's usually you can get those from the government. They're grants. The only reason a college or a community college or university wants you to go to the financial aid department is because they get the money. It's the only reason. Oh, they got to keep their doors open and the lights on somehow. Yes. But shouldn't the state take care of that? Again, bottom line is, a potential student going to community college or a university should not have to worry about $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 when he graduates or he or she graduates from those institutions. They should not have to worry about it. It should be done. All of their education should be free. Period. The college wants to keep the doors open and the lights on? Good. Have a bake sale. I remember, and you probably remember going to school here in the United States where we would have, the elementary schools would have fairs or fundraisers or sell candy or something like that, right? Remember those? That's what these schools ought to do. Anyway, it is the 28th of February 2014, and this is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. I shall be live Monday, so come check it out. I'll be back right after this.
Sarasota's home for R&B and soul. The Razorblade Express with Dave the Rave.
What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman. What's that moving in the shadows? Claranormal Talk Radio with your host, Steve Hembry, right here on RadioKahuna.com. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. Defending liberty and freedom. Fighting the New World Order. This is the Free America Radio Network. Yes, it is the Free America Radio Network. You can email us at freeamericaradio@unseen.is. freeamericaradio@unseen.is. Go to the website if you're not already there at freeamericaradio.us. You can help Free America Radio get to the next level by helping us out. Go to the website freeamericaradio.us to find out more. How y'all doing? Welcome back. I appreciate you listening to this podcast and me ranting. Hey, if you have any questions, no question is off limits. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. Free America Radio at unseen.is. So, in the last segment here, I want to take this and just leave you with kind of a lighter note. Yeah, I was driving around the other day, and we were out and about. Went to Walmart, and you might want to go check out what Mike Rowe, remember the show Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe? You might want to go check out what he's doing and thank Walmart for doing that. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Walmart. I know a lot of people don't shop at Walmart, but I do. And we were in the parking lot, and I saw, we were driving out, we were leaving, and I found it incredibly odd that, it shouldn't surprise me at all that people don't pay attention, because people just whizzing by me and, whatever. Let me specifically say this to you people walking in the parking lots, going to your cars after you're shopping. When I'm backing out of my parking space, let me ask you this question. Do you want me to hit you with my car? Because I will if you don't stop. What if I don't notice you? Yeah, I'm going to hit you. And honestly, when I see you coming, I stop. But I think it's really, 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 really stupid of you not to see me back out and just stop and let me back out and go, and then you can continue walking. Okay? It's kind of like when I pull up to a stoplight and the light turns green and I'm going through, and the person on the side street is squeaking out, just slowly moving out like I'm going to stop. No, I got the green light, butthead. I'm going to go. You're going to stop. You've been there. You know what I'm talking about. So, anyway, little rant there on people not paying attention. But I want to leave you with this. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of things are changing for the Free America Radio Network. We have... we're on a micro broadcasting station as soon as it can stay up and running, and we're expanding in that area. And that's over, go check out wakingupthemasses.com. Go check out Kicking the Capstone with Bob Brutus. There's some shows on his network that he, go and support alternative media. Don't listen to your state-run media, your diatribe of, disinformation. Just don't. Because it's bullcrap. Go listen to alternative media. Go listen to the truth. Go listen to the facts. Oh, and by the way, yes, you have to sift through some bullcrap as well there. Do your own research is about the only thing that I can tell you. Okay? But take a look at what's around you. Take a look, pay attention, find out what's going on, see what is going on. Open your eyes, find out, research, investigate. It's the only way it's the only way that you're going to find out what is true for you. What you want to know is what you want to know. And if you look at this stuff and you examine this stuff and you find the facts and you keep digging and digging and digging until you find what you're looking for, great. But if you're going to feed yourself on a diet of disinformation from these state-run media outlets, then, hey, let me, Reality check. They're lying to you. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm at a point now where I don't even want to listen to Fox News, CNN, MSNBC anymore. I just don't. They start spouting off and spewing out and vomiting out their disinformation and misinformation. I just want to. I almost want to be like Elvis and shoot the damn TV because I'm sick and tired of them. I really am. I don't get it, So, anyway, what else? I know that there are other shows on Spreaker.com, so go check them out. Find the ones that you like. Find the ones that you want to listen to. Chris Top program is always entertaining. The Chris Top program on Spreaker.com. There's a lot of shows on there. There's just so many different shows. I want to give a big shout out, and I should have did this earlier. I just didn't remember it. Big shout out to Guerrilla Media Network and the Pete Santilli Show that broadcasts all over the place. Just go to guerrillamedianetwork.com and the show will pop up right there automatically, and it's on Spreaker as well. And on iTunes and on YouTube Live and just all over the place. The Pete Santilli Show, go to guerrillamedianetwork.com for more information. So there you go. Just, can you believe anything coming out of Washington, D.C.? Can you believe anything coming out of there? I can't and I won't because they're a bunch of putzes. Sorry if I use that word in the wrong context. They're just dumbasses. They have no clue what they're doing. And I don't even want to look at the potential, 2016 presidential candidates because I don't think they're, like I said in the beginning, I don't think they're going to be any good. I don't think anybody has the balls to stand up to tell the corporates, get the hell out of here. Tell Wall Street, get the hell out of Washington, D.C. You don't belong here. Well, how do you think things are going to be run if it wasn't for them? By the people. By you and I going to Washington, D.C. By you and I going to our local state capital and saying, look, we don't like this policy. Get rid of it. Well, we need to go into committee. No, you don't. You need to listen to the people. The people say get rid of that stupid ordinance in your city that suppresses us. We, the people, rule you. We are your bosses. Remember that. And remember that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights rules. The rule of law is more than the policies that you have in your own business. Get rid of right-to-work states. Get rid of at-will employment policies. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights is the only rule of law that you will have in your business. And if you don't have that, I don't know what to tell you, folks. I really don't. There's always going to be somebody in the mix that's going to want to make a difference. Don't make waves, make a difference. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show. We're usually on live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. But I figured I'd do a podcast before the views expressed today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. So come check me out on the Views Express Live, freeamericaradio.us. Check it out. And email me, freeamericaradio@unseen.is. Talk to you later.